Welcome to the Red Car Effect. I am Shiko, and if you joined me for the previous episode, it was mostly about who I am and what I am about. So today's episode is about what this channel is about, and it's titled The Red Car Effect. What is the Red Car Effect? If you've ever heard of it, it's also referred to as the red car theory. And in essence, what it means is just what you focus on, you see more. What your attention is, where your attention is placed, you get more of that. It's explained way easier by the red car. If you go outside and you're just going about your regular day, and at the end of the day you're asked how many red cars did you see, you have a hard time picking out a number, even remembering what red cars you saw. And for sure you probably saw some red cars, but if you go with the intention to look for the red car, you will count quite a number of red cars. And this also happens in life. This is generally a rule of life. You get more of what you focus on. Where you place your attention, you attract a lot more of that. And so this red car effect, this channel is going to be mostly on the good that's in the world. I want to focus on what is good and how we can focus, how we can give emphasis on the good stuff that's happening, because as we know, bad news sells a lot faster, a lot more. It catches your attention a lot more. And I find that if you use the red car effect to your advantage, you could get a lot. For me, I have used it emotionally. I have used it, I have a little notepad that I look at. I've used it emotionally, I've used it spiritually, I've used it physically, and I actually even use it with my goals. What are my goals? If they're on my mind and it's something I want to do, I will focus. I will keep my mind focused on the thing that I'm trying to achieve. Let me give you an example of this. I've been trying to start this YouTube channel for a while. So I YouTube how to start a YouTube channel, and I get a lot more of that. And every time I look for something specific, I seem to get it because I'm focused on it, and it won't pass me by. In life, we tend to have the proverbial red car. What's your proverbial red car? In my life, fitness-wise, as an example, fitness-wise, I've always wanted to be fit, to be what I would call the size I was before the kids, which is, I'm almost there right now, and I'm very proud of myself for actually getting there. But I didn't get there in the orthodox way, with the workouts and the heavy diets, and I tried all of them. Well, I think for women, I think everyone relates. Most of us relate to the diets and the trying to lose the weight. And if you're a mother, the baby weight, the weight that comes with babying and mothering is a lot more than physical. And I think because of the mental weight we carry, we end up also carrying it physically. At least most of us do. For me, it felt like that was what was happening. The weight that I felt that was on me with the mothering hat that I was wearing, I feel like I also wore it physically. So I also really put on that weight. And it's taken me a while to put it to shake it off, to take it off. And I'm glad that I found a way that has worked for me. And I feel like I'm saying so many ands, right? From my perspective, there's a deliberateness that comes with this red car effect theory. You need to know what you're looking for to get it. If you're looking for a particular, if you're trying to improve your health, you need to be specific about what you're trying to achieve. If it's a body weight, if it's a dress size, if it's fitness, if it's just wellness, it's health, your gut health, you need to know what you want for you to be able to achieve it. I have found that if you're vague, if you just say, I want to lose weight, you don't really get to where you want to go because you really don't have an actual destination, in my opinion. And being deliberate is what sets us apart from, or will set you apart from everyone else, because we all have the same goal. But are you intentional? Are you deliberate? Do you have an actual goal that you're trying to work at? Are you trying to work towards? I found that the world will distract you by giving you what you allow. If you don't filter out what is coming to you, you get lost in the muck. You get lost in all this worldly stuff. I'll give an example of social media. If your social media is not specifically curated to give you the information that you're looking for, the information that you want, you will be distracted by the stuff that's going to be thrown at you, because working with the algorithm, if whatever you give it, whatever you put in there is whatever you're always on, the stuff that you give attention to, it'll notice that, it'll catch that, and it will just multiply it. So if you're constantly looking at trash TV or trash content, you will get more trash content. And that's just how it works. People will sell you what you want, whatever you're buying. So if I'm buying a fitness program, I will get more fitness programs, because they know this is what this person is buying, because generally the internet is trying to sell you something. It's always trying to sell you something. So if you don't pick out what you want to consume, you will drown in the mess that's out there. I had Rendaya say that most people walk around looking for things to be pissed off at. You walk around looking for reasons to complain, reasons to be annoyed. It's quite spot on if you think about it. How many times are you driving down the road and someone just cuts someone else off, and there's a whole thing that erupts off of that? It's such a simple thing. Someone is always just looking for something to piss them off. And if that's your red car, you get them. Everywhere you go, you get someone to be pissed off at or something to complain about. When you order your food in a restaurant, something will always be wrong, because that's the vibe you're just giving. That's the thing you're attracting. And I try my best to be very, very conscious of that. I have to start my day with intentionality. For me, how does that look? It's waking up early and grounding myself and meditating, listening to something uplifting, setting my day up for success, deciding what kind of day I want and saying it. Today is going to be a good day. Today is going to be a great day. There's this meditation by this lady, I need to remember, Boho Beautiful. And she had this mantra, and it's one of her earlier meditations. It just grabbed me, and I've always used it. Today is a beautiful day of opportunity. I am exactly where I need to be. I open myself to the universe and trust in the unfolding of my life. Your life is unfolding. You're not doing anything. Wayne Dyer says, you are not doing, you are being done by a greater power, by a greater source, the universe, God, call it what you want. I feel like if we are intentional about how we want to start our day, what kind of things we want to do, what kind of people we want to be, what kind of a person I want to be, I normally end up having a really good day. But if I start my day rushed, up, late, kids won't be ready on time, food will be ready on time, everything will just go off. And it's not that when the day starts off like that, you can't catch it. It's a little bit harder to catch, but you still can catch it if you can pull yourself out of your day for a while, for a few minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Pull yourself out of the day that's not going well, because if you're honest, it's already not going well. If you can do something to make it a little bit better, do it. Do it in the car, do it in the room, do it in the washroom if you have to. Just go and calm yourself. Say something good to yourself. Say something good about your day. Say something good to change the trajectory of your day. Otherwise, you'll just keep chasing a bad day until it ends. And if it ends poorly and you sleep with it having ended poorly, there's a possibility that you will carry it into the next day, and it becomes a vicious cycle of blandness. So the red car here is just being deliberate about the things you're allowing. If it's supposed to be, who would want to focus on a negative? So the red car effect should be something, like a red car is a pretty car. It should be something good. It should be something that you're aspiring for, something that you want. Because you can't leave that space blank. If you leave it blank, whatever comes in can be negative and you're unconscious of it, and it's still ruling your life. It is creating your life as you go. It's the thing that is laying the foundation or laying your next step on each after with each step you take. You're laying a shaky foundation because you've not been intentional about what you want. In nature, at least for me, I found that there are some things that work better in plant life and trees and general nature. Even grass, there's things that you do and nature responds well to. And if you can amplify those things, keep those ones in the limelight, keep those ones, we focus on the things that are working, that are not destroying the environment, this channel will push that. I am a big advocate of composting. The little bit you can do, the little things that you can do, you should do with conservation of water, just using water a little bit more consciously. That for me was a little bit of a tricky one because before I moved here, I've mentioned that I've been here only 2 months, or two months thereabouts. Where I lived before, there was an issue. There was a water issue, so I had to be very deliberate about how I use water, and that has really taught me because now I live in a place of abundance. There's a lot of water, but anytime I hear my kids just opening the tap to full pressure, I cringe. I yell from whatever corner of the house I'm in and go, turn that water down, like just reduce the pressure or do something. It's just in me. It just rubs me the wrong with that kind of waste of water. So in life, you will get those lessons, and there are things that you will have to be conscious about to actually get them done. For them to happen, you will have to be conscious about the thing itself. You have to be deliberate and intentional. Yes, as I mentioned, I have a notebook here. If we stop chasing entertainment, which is generally what we do in life, we chase a lot of entertainment because it's easy. Entertainment is easy. Watching someone do something funny, like funny clips on social media, those are easy to watch because they catch your attention. They're an instant dopamine hit, but they're unsustainable. They take away from you. They take away from the learning that you should be doing with your time, the growing that you should be doing with your time. I remember when I started out on this journey, I didn't understand how people just sit down and listen to people talk, and just listen to someone talk, like just throughout, like for 3 hours. You can listen to a 2 or 3 hour lecture of Jim Rohn. And I couldn't, when I started, I couldn't do it. Now I do it. I seek it. I look for it because I know the value it gives me. I've seen the benefits of giving my attention to such, as opposed to giving my attention for the same 2 hours to things that don't build me on social media. So on this channel, I want the red car to be the thing that helps you grow. The red car should be the thing that helps nature work at optimum. The red car should be your health, what you can do to build your health. The red car should be how you can help your relationship thrive. The red car will be conscious parenting. For me, that's a big red car. I want to be a conscious parent. And the red car can be anything for you. It can be financial. I have my financial red car that I actually even have. The car that I would want to drive, I know what it is. I see it a lot. I actually see it a lot because, again, if you know what you want, you will see it a lot. So I see it and I know, okay, I'll get there. I know I will get there because the signs are there. I wish I could explain how synchronicities work. Everything is there. All options are there in the world. There's the option to think that the world is not working. And there's also the option to see that the world actually is working. It's just where you put your attention. And that side, the way you put your attention will be fed, it will grow. So I am now trying to be deliberate about putting our attention on what is good in this world. Be it a new technology. I'll give you an example. I heard Tony Robbins talk about his immersion program and what it does for to alleviate depression and stress and issues with mental health. And he was published in the the Journal for Psychology, that his program has got a 97% effectiveness. The last study that had been done that had been deemed successful before his was on psilocybin and in alleviating the same issues of mental health and depression and such like. And that was at 63. Psilocybin was doing it about 63-65%, a lower, much lower, considerably lower percentage to what he was doing. But there has been no, I would think that would be such a big thing, and everyone would want to know how we can help people, how can we do this, how do we pull people out of the very, very addictive medication that's given for depression and ADHD and all other mental health issues. This is a program that is effective in the long run and does not need you to buy something that is potentially addictive, but it's not being highlighted. Those are the things that I feel like need to be highlighted. And if the internet is to work, it needs to work to help people. So if we all focused on what is working will be what is dominant on the interwebs. But if you focus on the stuff that's not working, it's not going very well, leaves you feeling a little bit down, like news is a whole other animal. We need to be able to be deliberate about what we want to listen to. We can't have someone else curate our content. We can't have someone else tell us what we should be hearing. So if you can just try to be deliberate about the stuff you listen to, not just what somebody sells you. Someone can send you something, it might be funny, but does it build you? You have the choice to say, okay, I will not open that little clip because it's not building me, or I'll watch it and laugh a little bit and then it's just gonna make me feel terrible because it wasn't really anything good. It was just maybe something that a particular person, a particular circle, especially in these group chats, these groups, someone might feel like some content is appropriate and you don't really think the same. You have the right to just not open. Do not participate in that particular, don't open that particular clip. You don't have to participate in the commentary that follows the clip. You can be quiet. You can decide that that's not for me, or you're busy, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to address it. Just be deliberate about what you want and how you want to live your life and the things you want to let in. I found that really helped me. It's really, really helped me because I decide what I want to feel. I decide what kind of day I want to have. I wouldn't have a bad day because something is happening in the country and this and that and the other, and somebody did something and some corruption issue, and that's not going to be the thing that molds my mood. My mood is constant. My mood, I set it. I set the joy that I want to have. I set the joy that I want in my life. One of these people says, who says it? I forget. They say, feeling good is feeling God. It always reminds me of this, is it a chant they say in church? I remember them saying it in school. God is good all the time, and all the time God is good, and that's his nature. If all the time God is good, and God is good all the time, so if you feel good, you are feeling God all the time. You need to feel good all the time. It's not going to be, it's kind of unreasonable to say that you will always feel good in all situations, but you do have a choice to move back to the good feeling within a shorter period. Of course, life will happen, and you are not promised a smooth ride through life. Things will come at you because there are lessons that you're supposed to learn. Your journey is not supposed to be flawless. Even Jesus didn't have a flawless life. He had challenges, but I feel like he gravitated back to his true north, which was the God aspect, the good aspect, the light that was out there. He always emanated the light. To his last breath, he tried to give to his last breath. So I think if we can eliminate the things that make us feel guilty or make us feel bad, we are well on our way to creating a better world. And we cannot fix this world until we fix ourselves. So this channel will teach us how to fix ourselves. So in essence, we can now fix the world. And I hope you stay there for the ride. You stay here with me for the ride. It's going to be a good one. This has been the Red Car Effect. I am Shiko. I will see you next time.